Hey there, thank you for joining me for another episode of YQG in Bloom. My name is Tracy Martins, and today I have Vu No. And Vu is a real estate agent and also a personal trainer. So let's figure out how you became both of those.
Yes. So, hey guys, I'm Vu, if you guys don't know. So basically, it all started from high school. So basically, growing up, I was a thinner kid playing in the basketball season. Then just in high school, I started, maybe some time to work out a little bit, build a little more self-confidence from there. Then once I started working myself and I had a lot of family and friends kind of ask like, hey, Vu, I've noticed you were doing a lot of good progress. Like, how can I do this or whatever? Then I kind of like changed my idea. Like, maybe this is something for me.
Yeah.
Because at first I was going to go to be a nurse. And it was funny too because I got a scholarship to be a nurse. And imagine going to my parents like, hey guys, actually not gonna take this free money for school. I'm gonna become a personal trainer. And my parents being foreign, they're like, what's that? That's a hobby. You know what I mean?
You go to the gym.
Yeah, you go to the gym, right? And they're like, well, take this job, be a nurse, and this and that. I'm like, it's a lot of. I know it's a lot of pressure. So I told them like, let me pay for school. Let me get everything done. Let me work for a year. And if I can become self-sustainable and be successful, let's continue on. If not, I'll go back to the nursing route.
Oh, for sure.
Then long story short, clearly I'm still here. So it all worked out in the end. Then I started working at Crunch Fitness for my first 3 years there. Then COVID hit. So that was honestly a very interesting time for everyone.
Yeah.
Then being in the fitness world, it was hard too because they're shutting down gyms. We couldn't work on our health. The government didn't want us to exercise, which is another topic within itself. But we're over that. We're past that. So now here going on. So I was at Crunch. It was a corporate gym, right?
Yeah.
A big company, things like that too. Then during COVID, since it was so hard to get into a gym because it was booking only 10 people per hour. So that was a headache in itself. So I went to, let me just start training at Brunette Park in LaSalle.
Yeah. I love that park.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I loved it. All the no-nos were there, and they'll come in a circle with their picnic table and start trading tomatoes. It was the cutest thing ever. I loved them.
Aww.
So sweet. So it was nice, especially during COVID, because whoever wanted to come work out can come work out. And it was nice just to have that human interaction again that we all missed during the time, right?
Yeah.
And during that time too, and I was trying to kind of make a business decision because I wasn't seeing eye to eye with the corporate view, which I understand business is business.
Yeah.
But I understand that I'm here to help people. I want to be there for people, help them accomplish their goals, and guide them the right direction. Where corporations kind of see the dollar sign first. You know what I mean? So then I kind of met with Luis and Jessica from True Fitness. So they're a mom and pop shop in the city. They'll have 2 locations downtown on Olette and one on Paulette and Tecumseh East. So I reached out to them, and then that's how I kind of became an independent trainer there. So it's kind of like if a hairdresser paid rent at a salon. So this taught me to kind of become my own entrepreneur because now I have overhead fee that I have to pay every month.
I had no idea that you could do that, become an independent.
Yeah, so it's more likely in more local gyms where like so say like the Crunch, the Good Life, and more corporate gyms is always gonna be a kind of a split base. Then become independent, whatever you charge your clients or the business you charge is all within myself. But then again, I have an overhead fee to kind of pay off, right? So it's kind of pros and cons to both. But at the times, I was like, okay, I have to kind of pivot because of COVID. So I made a decision to become independent, and I'm blessed for the opportunity because I've learned a lot about myself and as a business and try to become independent, the do's and don'ts and whatnot. Then one of my clients, Chris McLeod, he was my very first client at Crunch. Working when I started at 19. So I was 19, and imagine like it was a big dynamic change because now I'm younger and the people who are older are listening to me now. So that was a big change that I had to get used to coming out of school and everything else. But I've been training for so long, and during COVID they called me Virtual Vu because we're training on Zoom calls and so on and so forth. Then about a little over last year, he kind of looked at me like, Vu, have you ever thought about doing real estate? Because he has his own brokerage called Distinctive Homes, and now he was thinking about franchising to now Realty One Group, Iconic. We're actually the first franchise in Canada. the head office opened in GTA area, but the business started in Las Vegas.
Oh.
So we're the very first one in Canada rushing out. And yeah, he's like, yo, you ever thought about doing real estate? And I was like, I never thought about it, but I kind of knew at that time, I was scared to make a career change. Any change is scary, especially when I've been doing the fitness thing for the last like 4 or 5 years at a time. But I had so much trust and faith with him because I seen how he runs his business. I see the man and mentor he is, how he treats his family, the things he does for other people he cares about. So I had a lot of faith and trust in him. And it's funny because I told myself I'll never go back to school. And I had to go back to school and do the online learning and be stressed and this and that.
Real estate school is not fun.
It's dry.
Oh, yeah.
It was really dry, but everyone said, like, just get it done. And thankfully, I got done. You have 2 years to do it. I got done in 6 months because I wasn't trying to do it. Like, hustle, let's do it. Then I got my license, and now, by the time I got my license in June of this year, so I've only been in the industry for 5 months now. Now that Chris has opened up the realty office, and we just had a great opening just last week, and the mayor was there, council was there. It was a really big celebration, and Chris is also on the board and head of the board for the downtown BIA.
Okay.
So he's really trying to push and rejuvenate the downtown scene, and it's fun. It's nice too because the office is right on Polisher, and the gym I'm at, True Fitness, is right on Olette. So I'm
right around the corner.
I'm a Windsor native, and I've always been in the downtown area. And like, I get the stigma, I get people worried, but like, for me, it's home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love the downtown area. I think it has a lot of hidden gems that people aren't aware of yet, or people have a different stigma coming down through. But people come down all the time for like the downtown market, even the night market through. So people know about downtown. People are willing to come, right? But I think as a community, especially with City Hall being right there and the police station being right there, like, I think as a community we can do more, and we're taking the right steps to get to where we need to be for the downtown scene.
You just need to move a little faster.
Needs to move a little faster, right? But at least steps are being made now.
Yes.
So I think we're on the right track to bring more of to kind of change the dynamic of the downtown scene, and I'm kind of happy. I'm very happy and thankful to be a part of the experience, right? Because downtown's my home, and I think it has a lot to offer, and I know a lot of the local business there, and just people in the community saying hi and every day. So it's like, we deserve it, as a community and as a city as a whole too. And with all the jobs coming in from the hospital, the plant, and everything else, like, I tell people too, in the next 5-10 years, it's gonna be a little metropolitan city. It's gonna become like a little Toronto. I really believe it. People aren't seeing it yet, but it's coming.
Well, it is. I mean, you're in real estate, so you know that there's a lot of people from Toronto and businesses and corporations that are buying here.
Yes.
Which we're not going to get into that because I don't do the political side.
That's fair.
I see the pros and cons of it, and I get it. Now, you started your career here just a few months ago. In the midst of the change in the real estate market, and that, how's it going for you?
I learned quick that it's I'm a really small fish in a big pond, and I feel like the same way when I started fitness. Like, I'm very young. So I'm 26 in this industry, so it's relatively very young compared to else. So at first, I think it was very intimidating at first, just because, with any change and starting anything new, I kind of was on edge. I want to hopefully do things right, and I'm helping someone purchase a home. You know what I mean? That's a very big investment. That's usually the biggest investment that people are making through, right? But I knew with Chris and my team, I had a lot of support, and I was always on, like, they're helping me at 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night. They didn't have to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're willing to help with me, and I know it is a very interesting time. Interest rates are high and things that through. But if I can kind of navigate during this market, because everything is a cycle. It's gonna cycle through. When it's low, it's come back high. When it's high, it's come back low. But if I'm able to navigate in this market right now, I know I'll be able to be successful when it flips over.
I was just going to say that as long as you can keep your head up. The one good thing about starting in this market is you're going to learn how to fight and figure it out, but you don't have that stress because of it being your only bread and butter, 100%. Because you have your other job as well.
100%.
So you have the stress reliever.
Yeah, it's nice that I do have that safety net too, right? Even going to school, like, I kind of put myself in a part-time position because I knew once I was done school, I had to balance everything out. And it's kind of tough too because doing multiple things at once, you can never put 100% of your effort onto both. You can try your best, but
Yes.
real estate is not possible, right? Everything going on, moving through. So it's a balance where I'm trying to keep my current clients in the fitness world happy and make sure I'm doing the best that I can there. But now taking on this new responsibility, I'm trying to just make sure I balance everything out and giving everything its proper time and effort as well. Through, but it's been interesting too. Like no complaints.
No.
I've definitely learned a lot. Just going through everything. Going like my last client, we spent like 5 months finding them a home. We put an offer on 6 different houses and kept following through. But everything was a learning process. Everything was a learning journey. So I'm thankful that I got to experience it, and thankfully my clients were patient with me as well. And we got them to a home where they're completely happy with. And I know when I got the call that we closed the deal, hung up, I was screaming. It was like 9, 10 o'clock. And my mom was like, what's wrong? I just got in my house. I was just so happy for them to finally not deal with that stress no more and the worrisome and everything else too, right? So it was very motivating, because it really showed myself like, hey, I can do this.
You can do it.
That, you know what I mean? So that gave me a lot more confidence in myself to be able to do that too, right? And I think it's just, when you take that change, it's just putting yourself out there, just trying. Because the worst comes worst. You fail a couple times and you finally succeed, but if you don't even try, you're always gonna have that wonder in your thought, like the what if. And I think that is always gonna be more of a killer on people than actually trying out too. But it's scary to take that first step, right?
Yeah. But I think Chris was smart in bringing you on and telling you to become a real estate agent because A, you have the personality and the confidence, but B, being in the personal trainer field, that's very personal. You're right in there with people when they're maybe not feeling their best, and you're kind of forcing them, but having the patience and the ability to listen to them. And I know from being in real estate, only in the office part many years ago, that is key. You need to be confident, but you also need to be able to listen, and not a lot of people understand that.
Yes, especially like it was interesting too, as you mentioned that, like I started my fitness world in 1920. Like I learned quick. Like I had these clients who were double, triple my age, like venting to me about certain things and crying to me about certain things where like I haven't experienced that in my own life. So I was like trying to sympathize and be empathetic and give them that support when even myself, I've never been through that too, right? So I feel like with that going on, it made me mature and grow up quicker than I really anticipated, because of everything I've dealt through. Because it's like with personal training, I see my clients more than my own family and friends. You know what I mean? And they, and like technically in the health field, they see if you do have a trainer, you see them more often than your doctor, your dental hygienist, or your chiropractor, and so on and so forth. And we are so mingled in between our lives, and I do ask them because their personal lives do affect their own health, the fitness, and overall. And I'm a big advocate for mental health as well. I feel like physical health is important, Jessica. We're here for the long run, but if you're not in a good headspace yourself, everything else that you want to move forward and succeed, whether that's personal life, friends, family, it's going to be put at a hindrance, because you have to still work on yourself too. You know what I mean? So so definitely thankful for Chris to kind of open that window of opportunity for me, because I didn't see it myself. And sometimes I'm glad that I have people to nudge me and be like, hey, Vu, you could do this, because sometimes you don't see yourself in that limelight.
I can see that, because I mean, how many kids grow up saying, I want to be a real estate agent? You know, like that's my goal in life. It's not that many. It's something that they fall into, but the really good ones, they find that as a passion. And it sounds like it is turning into your passion, especially after that first sale.
Yes, for sure. Yeah. I think like people always ask me like, Vu, you think you'll be in the fitness world forever or the real estate world? Like, what did you make that change? Like, what's your passion? At first, when I was growing up, I said fitness is my passion and exercise is my passion. But now as I grow older, I think people are my passion.
I think so too.
You know what I mean? I think especially with COVID, like becoming virtual Vu, everyone trying to navigate during those times, I think it made me really miss the human interaction, the human connection, and just being so personable with each other too, right? Because it was honestly, I'm thankful for FaceTime, Zoom calls. At least we have that to have that communication, but nothing beats hugging a friend or a family member in so long. That physical touch and physical presence,
Yes.
you know? So, I would say like people are mad passionate. I feel like I'm very open-minded and understanding people, because I understand even myself, I didn't have the easiest childhood growing up, you know, and I'm thankful for certain things that made me the man I am today. And I understand that everyone has their own journey, and I think people are quick to judge or make pre-assumptions about people, which I don't think is fair.
Yes.
So I think I always, when I meet new people, come with open mind, listening more than I try to speak, because everyone has a story, and especially nowadays in a world of instant gratification, social media, like people feel like they're not being heard, you know, and I understand that too, you know. So it goes a long way with just listening to someone, and sometimes people don't have that. I understand sometimes with myself, I didn't have people in my corner at times, and now I know like when people are having a bad day or whatever it may be, you never know what people are going on. So I always try my best to shine a little light, crack a little joke, try to give them some light that like people are good. There are good people out here, you know what I mean? And people do generally care, and people are authentic too, which especially with another Windsor local, shout out to MD Motivator. So he's another local spreading good energy and good positive vibes for the whole world, and now he's doing things nationally too, right? So I think after COVID, I do see a big sense of community, especially in the Windsor local community. Like everyone showing up to pop-ups, or the Ford City when they had the community during the summertime in the downtown market. So I love seeing our people coming out to support our people too. So it's really refreshing.
It's so funny. In fact, I was actually working at a market in Amherstburg last night, and it was quite busy. I was surprised.
I love that. Even with the weather and everything too, eh?
Even with the weather,
Wow.
but I mean, it was busy, but I didn't sell a ton of stuff, but we all had so much fun, and we were out there freezing our buns off, and we didn't care. We were all the vendors were just hanging out, and I do like that new sense of security. I think everybody missed everybody, but they also realized that you have to have a little bit more patience, a little bit more understanding, because we're all going through the same
100%.
thing. Kind of, you know, we all have our own issues, our own stories, and as long as you listen, then you're going to be heard, and people are going to listen back. And I never wanted to go into public speaking. I was behind the camera. I never was the type of person. I always said I don't like people, and I've just found the last few years there's been a shift in Windsor, and
you can feel it. You can feel it. If you're in the community, you can really feel it.
You can. And now so many people have decided that they're going to find their passions and do their passions, that we have an abundance of new pop-ups, new stores, new markets, new vendors. Like Instagram, you don't have to follow stars anymore. I have so many people that I follow, and they're all from Windsor.
Yes,
It's
yes.
crazy.
And it's lovely too, because like it's such a big community, and people share each other and follow each other, and just vocalize and word of mouth. You know what I mean?
And support each other.
And that's the thing too. Like I really do feel a sense of support, and as like in like the last couple of years, you do see a lot of more businesses, local businesses, and people, and it's refreshing because people are taking that step to follow their passion, right?
Yes.
And I think a lot, like I said, making change is very scary for a lot of people. And I think a lot of people is can I do it, or like, or they're scared of what people are gonna say and this and that. But it's so comforting and rewarding to know like our community is welcoming everyone with open arms and trying to. Can I say like at the end of the day, there's a big pie, but we can all eat. We can all eat. You know what I mean? So it's refreshing to see everyone succeed and try out their passions, and especially with everyone coming in with all the new jobs and opportunities, I can only see more businesses open up in the city too, right?
Yeah.
So to supplement everyone coming through. So
I really hope so, because we have way too many commercial places that are closed down, especially in the downtown area. If we can start bringing in, even utilizing those empty spaces as pop-up markets or open it up. We have so much talent in this area, and you're the real estate agent, so get to it.
yeah, you guys know where to find me. I help everyone out. But yeah, so especially too, I think definitely in times like the downtown market in the summer, those are really good opportunities too, right? Because the weather is nice. I know you've been out there. Everyone's out having a great time. It's so happy to see the community out and about, right?
It's
so
true.
I definitely see Windsor moving towards that direction. Anyone ever think about doing their own thing or just debating themselves, take that step. Take that step. I know it's scary, but it's even scarier to not know what would happen.
Especially in Windsor, because there's always somebody patting you on the back or holding you up and helping you and supporting you. And I have people running around here that are my support system that I met online. But I mean, it's a community.
100%.
And I'm really glad you're part of it.
Oh, thank you so much. You too. I'm glad. Shout out to my cousin Nina.
Oh,
shout
love
out to Nina. So I know she's been big in the whole content creation, just making local, promoting local business as well. And for me, it's like I used to make content too. Then like this was like during COVID. Then this is a time I was trying to work on my mental health. It became like a burden for me because because this stuff can become very taxing if you let it be and you worry about the things that don't even matter. But you know, the human condition, you know how it is, right?
Exactly.
So I took a lot of time away from it, but I was still going up to these local stores and going to these markets because I do love to support my city. And now that I feel like I'm in a lot better place mentally and now starting real estate, going into new year, I'm also get some camera gear. I want to start promoting local businesses to kind of show these are the gems that we have in our neighborhoods, you know what I mean? And it could help out people who are interested in real estate, moving, so on and so forth. But I think if I'm able to give back to my community and show my love and support, I think it'll just naturally form that community even more so and build that exposure for everyone else working through, right?
That'd be a great idea.
Yeah, so that's my idea. I would love to, moving forward, I don't see a lot of real estate agents kind of, I see the real estate industry is a very old school industry, and I feel like it's kind of the new age, the new era. People, I'm gonna be stepping in and doing my own thing, a little twist to it.
Good.
But I really look forward to showcasing these local businesses and just let the community hear their stories.
Good.
You know what I mean? And I think that's gonna be a good way to spark a connection within the community and honestly, it's nice to see these local businesses, but you never get to really hear their internal story. And I think that will be able to connect certain people and gravitate towards people to other people and kind of build that love and support even more with each other deeply.
It's true. It's true. But I want to thank you so much, Vu, for coming on here today and sharing your journey, both with personal fitness and real estate.
Thank you.
Now, where can people get a hold of you?
So best is probably on Instagram. My personal social media, like it's kind of interesting. Kind of you can do personal and business, but my real estate page is Selling YQG. Then my personal page is just my name _ Vu No. That one's more my lifestyle, fitness, and everything else too. Then real estate is real estate working through, but it's kind of all encompassing all in one. I share local businesses and my personal life on both because even though it is a business page, I still think it's important to be personal and show the community this is me, you know what I mean? And I don't have any shame of it. I love myself, and I hope I can spread my energy towards other people and just continue to build our community and keep moving forward. And
you're also at True Fitness
Fitness.
The real estate agency?
Yeah. So the gym I'm at is True Fitness on Olette, and the brokerage is Realty One Group Iconic on Polisher.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Oh, so nice to meet you.
Nice.
Again, my name is Tracy. Thank you for joining me for another episode of YQG and Bloom. Have a good one.
Peace.